Morning, I'm just going to check that the stream is running live. We are live. We have confirmation. Great. Right, morning everyone. It's Monday morning. It's time for Marketing Monday. Today we're going to be going over what is influencer marketing, can you scale it, and some tips from previous weeks talking about emails. So I'll get the email bit out of the way first, and then we'll move on to influencer marketing. So to give some stats around emails and reasons to be using them. So 91% of consumers check their inbox daily. So this stat is a very important one to understand. So that's pretty much saying that 9 on everyone is checking their emails on a daily basis, which obviously is very important for yourself if you are doing email marketing. What this doesn't say, obviously, is that 91% of people that you are going to email are going to open your email. So it's important that you and I, when we make our email content, that the taglines are all going to be noticed and going to be clicked on, and the content is going to be good, so that they don't see your email once, you're going to get a good tagline, but the content is rubbish, and then they won't look at your emails again. So it's important that there's a good stat that there's a lot of people using these obviously the emails, and it's good for you then to use that platform to do your marketing. But it's very important that you get everything about your emails right to make sure that people open it and don't discard it or mark it spam. So here you go. So look, email are nearly 40 times more efficient than Facebook or Twitter in acquiring new customers. So that's obviously a really big stat right there, and I think one of the big reasons is you can kind of give more information on an email platform than you can through a Twitter stat or a Twitter post or a Facebook post. You know, a tweet doesn't really give you much in the way of interaction with someone. It's really difficult to actually have a decent conversation on Twitter with a person, which is why I never understand Twitter arguments, because you can't explain either side really. And Facebook gives you more of an option to interact with people, but you've got more control over that, but it's still not quite enough. An email, you can be really personal, you can be more brand orientated, you can do a lot more with it. Here we go. Companies using emails to nurture lead generations generate 50% more sales ready leads generate 50% more sales ready leads while generating 33% lower cost. So the cost of sending your emails out to nurture your leads obviously is very cheap. It can be automated and it can cost nothing. So it allow your sales team and such to who do phone calls and everything to focus on making like the direct calls that they need to make. It's also less spammy. I say less spammy. It's less pushy than constant phone calls to a customer. No one wants to already push into something. What you can do is you can have like your first few initial conversations, and then you can follow those leads those leads and keep them hot by sending on more emails to keep them to that last point where you call them again, and then try and get the sale through, hopefully, for whatever you're doing. According to a study in 2016 from eConsultancy, email marketing was their number one channel for ROI, with 73% respondents reporting a good to excellent return for their money. So effectively, again, they're saying that pound for pound, email marketing has been their biggest income revenues and best way of spending for marketing terms. Now, this isn't true for everyone. This won't be for every single company. The reason being that obviously it all depends on who you're pitching you're marketing your products to, and where they are from. So obviously, if your audience is always on Instagram or is always on Snapchat, then email may not be the place to go. You may as well go directly to them on their platforms that they're using. And also it depends whether you're doing business to business or business to consumer. Those sort of questions all have an impact on the overall how this goes on. But these stats pretty much say, like from these stats, what you can see though is email marketing is powerful, and realistically, in some way, shape or form, you should be doing it with your business. So yeah, make sure you are. So the next part of this morning, so the main part of this morning now, we're going to go on to, is talking about influencer marketing and how it can be done, can it be scaled, and where do you go from it. So you're starting out as a small business, how do you do it? Small business influencer marketing can be as simple as using your local businesses with each other to help promote each other's brands. So on a very small level here, you've got other people who are able to influencing on your behalf. Yeah, so that can be something that's free. You don't have to pay for this. You can make links with other businesses and use each other to help promote each other's businesses. And that's a great way of starting that influencer marketing small. It's something that you want to tie businesses up that you all have the same. You can help each other out, the same sort of work ethics. You don't just want to be doing it for anyone. You want to be making sure that you're tailored for each other in this sort of scenarios. So we do web design. If there's a project that comes in that's too big, so say someone wants a really big dedicated app and it's a lot of work and it's going to take us away from our primary goal, we will recommend some other businesses that we know will be able to deal with that demand. So it's a way of doing that. And then obviously if you check, for instance, our Facebook page, we do a bit of it on here. Companies we go and see and we meet and we talk to and work with, and we think, wow, these are really great things to go and see and be a part of. And the people who are very passionate about what they do, we then promote them on the channel. So it's another form of free influencer marketing that you can do. So, and you can scale this obviously up and up and up. A lot of times you see a lot of people worry about things like, oh, I haven't got hundreds and hundreds of pounds to go into this Instagrammer to promote my product. Well, you don't have to go to someone with thousands and thousands of followers, because they might have thousands and thousands of followers, but how many of them are real followers? So first thing we need to do before we talk about scaling up is how do we measure these people to see what sort of interactions they're getting to make it worthwhile investing in their influence, into letting them be a part of a partnership with you that's going to help each other grow and not damage your business or your marketing budget by having no return. So what you want to be doing is asking them to do what sort of post engagements are they getting, and going past and beyond the usual I get this many likes, I get this many comments, because likes and comments can all be botted and spammed. So you want to be saying, look, hi, I want you to do a post, and I want you to, so again, I'm going to bring it back to like Instagram or Snapchat, and hold up a sign on it and ask them to do something. So maybe it says leave a comment on the image or something. It says leave a comment saying that says hashtag and then something that that represents them or their brand or something. And then you can go through the comments and read that there. It's a bit more just trying to find ways of verifying that they can get more real people that are posting, commenting, liking, that it's not a fake audience. You can obviously with those sort of things, they can fake it themselves, but hopefully they're not. It's never going to be 100%. But yeah, looking at this, try and use stats and things that you can think of outside of just likes and comments or the basics of I get this many stats, I get this many comments. Try and think of other ways to try and measure it so that you can understand it. And obviously then work with people that you think are on the same level as what you want. So there's no point in me producing t-shirts and advertising my t-shirts to someone who doesn't wear t-shirts or something stupid like that. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be related. You'll be able to relate the market to the influencer. It doesn't. If you're not doing that and you're just going straight to someone because they got 100,000 followers, it's never going to be a good deal, because that they might all be 100,000 people that don't care about your brand and don't care about your business. So now we figured out a way to try and figure out who we want to be linking with, and you're thinking, okay, I've got a small budget here. How do I do this? So you can start off small. You can just message people out of the blue here. You can go on Instagram. And things like that, and search by hashtags. Look at what they're doing. You can review people before them coming to you. You can go out and find there's websites out there as well that can help with all these sort of issues. And what you want to be doing is message them saying, hi, I would love to work with you. I would again, make sure they relate to you. Big thing. I would love to work with you. I've got this much money. Can we do something with each other? and then obviously from there you can start your deals and working off to hopefully building a relationship that's going to serve them so that they can get some money out of it, or get some of your product out of it, or help, you can help them out in a certain way, and at the same time you're then getting access to them, hopefully influencing their audience who will want to be using your product, buying your product, or influencing them to come back to you. But this is where the related part is very important. I cannot stress enough that if you spend money on the wrong type of influencer, you're wasting your money. It's just a waste of money, and it's not going to help anyone really. And you can scale this, so this can be like, you can start from like, hey, you've got 500 followers, but these are 500 solid followers that you're looking at, and you look at their engagement, you're reading their posts, you can see like they've got 500 very loyal followers here. That'd be quite good, because that means I got 500 very dedicated people, and you can go, hey, I've got a little bit of money I can give you, can do that, and then you can measure obviously the return on that, and then go, maybe if it works out well, and you think, well, I can put a bit more, and then you can go to someone, like keep with that person, and maybe go to another £500 person, or £500 follower person, or you can merge it to someone who's got 1,000 followers. There's lots of ways to do influencer marketing, and the main thing to think about is, when you're scaling in terms of followers and budget, is to think about, do I want to go for like just rank up each time in terms of getting more and bigger influencers, or do I want to keep to a certain level and then it's like spread bet on that level? So rather than keep going for like bigger people, maybe go to the next level. So 500, span out at 500, get one person on, another person at 500, so you've got two people now. Rather than get 1,000 person follower, get two 500s, and then maybe get another 500, so you've got 1,500, and then keep going like that instead, and then maybe rank up a bit later on and do the same. So there's lots of ways of doing the like influencer marketing, and it's a really good way if you're looking at trying to change how people think about your brand. So maybe your brand's already established, and you want people to think of your brand differently. It's a good way of doing it. If, say, for instance, I don't know, say you're known for making like a classic style of clothing, like you make 3-piece suits, and then you've decided your company's now going to make cool, trendy shorts, t-shirts, and then but keep it like the posh 3-piece suit theme to it, but try and make it for a slightly younger audience. Maybe you're aiming it for a very different sector. So like I said, you're going for like 3-piece suits for dinners, fine dinners, and going out for posh events. And maybe you want to change that a bit for like a party lifestyle, like a very, very rich party lifestyle. You could get some really young, I would say, young influencers on social media to then say, look, hey, look, maybe they're rich and they go to the sort of events that you want to get this clothing into, and then you say, look, I want to help you guys out. Here's some free product. If you like it, can we do a deal? And if you like it and you're willing to work with us, here's some money to promote my products. And if not, then come and you can step away from it. But the big thing from this is influencer marketing start from free, and then it can scale up. It's not. We need money to do influencer marketing. Influencer marketing come from working with other businesses in the local area, working with people in the local area. It can be working with people around the world for free. It doesn't have to be done on a money basis. You can get more. There can be other values that you can get out of this other than money. And then if your product, you feel that you want to reach a certain criteria level, you can like go to the next stage where you start small, and then you can work your way up to paying as much as you want. And obviously with that influencer marketing, there's different levels you can do it, and there's different ways you can do it. And so you can jump straight from like I said, 200 followers, 500 followers, 1,000 followers, 200,000 followers. You can do it that way, or you can like work your way up like spread betting. So I'm going to use 5 200 follower accounts because I know that they're dedicated people, and then work my way up. That's today, just a quick one, just talking about influencer marketing. It's a subject I'll probably follow up in a couple of blog posts soon, because it's not a new trend at all. This isn't people try to make out like this is a modern thing. It's not. People have been doing it for years. It's just become more relate. It's become a more of a thing as because of obviously when you're trying to market something's not just about selling. Sometimes it's a mixture of selling and changing brand perspectives, and influencer marketing is a really good way of doing it. There's lots of other reasons for it as well, but it's not a new thing. It's just a big thing of the moment. So yeah, you'll probably see like a couple of blog posts coming on about this soon. So thank you for watching today, everyone. I hope you have a great Monday, and I shall see you next week.
Oh, she?
Saying, as per my note last week, I'm keen to try and get something ready today, if that's possible, due to printing deadlines. I appreciate I'm asking a lot, so please let me know ASAP if this is not possible. So, I've messaged Hannah, but to no reply.
Message done.
Because she said, yeah, I'm going to. But what I've said to Emily, or I'm about to, is morning Emily, I'm just having a having spoke to Hannah over the weekend, it looks like it's a bit tight for her on this, but maybe I'll get another designer to help us out if they're able to do the work by tonight, with view to getting it over to our printers, basically customers, first thing tomorrow morning.
Brilliant.
Do you know how many brochures you require? So I've got that over to Emily.
Cool.
But then Hannah said she was talking about the weekend. I've got 2 weddings this weekend that I need to do, so I won't be able to help her.
Okay.
So if Hannah could do, if by some miracle she could do it